Greetings, my fellow Mouse Daily comrades. I'm your host, Mouse Daily Ward of MSWCW, Mouse Daily Ward's Championship Wrestling, and welcome to the Men's and Women's VIRIDIUM, the League of the Greens, Contendership edition of TRIUM, the Three Leagues, as we are live in Chicago, Illinois for this Men's and Women's Jam-Packed episode of the Crossbreed Show after VIRIDIUM's victory at the Battle of Three Leagues 2. And so, kicking off, ladies and gentlemen, in this first matchup, which is VIRIDIUM's night of TRIUM, the Three Leagues, we have in this first matchup a 6-man multi-count anywhere elimination match. It is for the #1 contendership of the TRIUM Men's Internet Championship against Blake BJ Johnson. We have 2 men of the World Division, Ravishing Rick Rude and Roddy Piper. 2 of the Global Division, Baron Blade and Cole Quinn. And 2 of the Open Division, Lindsay Dorado and No Way Jose. Which of these 6 men of the 3 divisions will walk out as winner and as #1 contender for the TRIUM Men's Internet Championship? We'll find it out right now in MSWCW, Mouse Daily Ward's Championship Wrestling, live on YouTube. This is the Men's Half Contendership Edition. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. This is VIRIDIUM Men's Half Contendership Edition of TRIUM, the Three Leagues, as we are live in Chicago, Illinois for this Men's Half action-packed episode of the Crossbreed Show. And I hope you all enjoy this live stream / replay from all over the world, of every country you live in your time zones, whether it's in the morning, evening, or night. Hope you all enjoy your day, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. So let me go ahead and post this on. Post this on. It's a fly around here. Yeah, let me post this on Twitter and on Facebook. Well, see, you guys go ahead and watch this live stream while I do this. You guys go ahead. Here is your winner and the #1 contender for the TRIUM Men's Internet Championship, No Way Jose. And Jesus, look at his forehead. Whew. Moving onward now to this second matchup, we have a 6-man, 3-way, tornado tag team, multi-count anywhere elimination match. It is for the #1 contendership of... It is for the #1 contendership of the TRIUM Men's Open Tag Team Championships against the Malaysian Regimes, Matthew and Ethan Davis. We have the Misfits, the Generation X, and the Animal and the Viper. The Animal Batista and the Viper Randy Orton. Which of these 3 teams of 2 men will walk out as winner and as contenders for the TRIUM Men's Open Tag Team Championships? We will find that out coming up next on MSWCW, Miles Stanley Ward's Championship Wrestling, live on YouTube. Here are your winners and the #1 contenders for the TRIUM Men's Open Tag Team Championships. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, D Generation X. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, moving right on to the third matchup. We have another four-way multi-count anywhere elimination match. It is for the #1 contendership of the TRIUM Men's Open Championship against Thaddeus Edwards of the Malaysia Regime. Yeah. In this third matchup, ladies and gentlemen, we have Lord Amadeus, Patrick Grady, Ray Dragon, and TJ Evans. Which of these four men will walk out as winner and as #1 contender for the TRIUM? Yeah, the TRIUM. Yeah, the TRIUM Men's Open Championship against Thaddeus Edwards. We'll find that out coming up next to MSWCW Miles Daily Awards Championship Wrestling live on YouTube. Here is the winner and the number one contender for the TRIUM Men's Open Championship, TJ Evans. Moving onward now to this fourth matchup, we have a 6-man, 3-way, 20 tag team, multi-count, anywhere elimination match. It is for the number one contendership of the TRIUM Men's Global Tag Team Championships. We have Miro Day, the Authors of Pain, and the Viking Raiders, which these three teams of 2 men will walk out as winners and as number one contenders for the TRIUM Men's Global Tag Team Championships against the Adrenaline Underground's Chris Cash and Evan Richards. We'll find that out coming up next on MSWCW Miles Stanley Ward's Championship Wrestling live on YouTube. And here are your winners and the #1 contenders for the TRIUM Men's Global Tag Team Championships. Miro and Aiden English, Miro Day, formerly known as Rusev Day. Moving on right now, ladies and gentlemen, to this 5th matchup, we have another four-way multi-count anywhere elimination match. It is for the #1 contendership of the TRIUM Men's Global Championship against Miles Standish Ward, my fictional brother of the Malaysia regime. We have Andy Price, Austin Alexander, Sean McGregor, and Ultimate Warrior. Which these four men will walk out as winner and as #1 contender for the TRIUM Men's Global Championship. We will find that out coming up next to MSWCW Miles Daily Awards Championship Wrestling live on YouTube. Whew, do I need to use the restroom really bad? Woo wee! Woo boy, Jesus. Here is your winner and the number one contender for the TRIUM Men's Global Championship, Sean McGregor. Yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving onward now to this men's co-main event. In this men's co-main event, we have a six-man three-way tornado tag team multi-count anywhere elimination match, and it's for the number one contenderships of the TRIUM Men's Universal Tag Team Championships against the Malaysian regimes Franklin and Felix Constantine. We have Chaos, FTR, and the Bludgeon Brothers, which these three teams of two men will walk out as winners and as number one contenders for the TRIUM Men's Universal Tag Team Championships. We'll find that out coming up next on MSWCW Miles Daily Awards Championship Wrestling live on YouTube. And after the main event, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be the choice for Christian Cage of VIRIDIUM to find out which championship he's gonna be going after. Yeah, which men's open championships of either of the four brands he's gonna go after. So yeah, we're gonna find out which championships he's gonna go after after the men's main event tonight. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Here are your winners and the number one contenders for the TRIUM Men's Universal Tag Team Championships, Mad Dog and T-Rex Chaos. Oh, good lordy. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the moment we all been waiting for, the men's main event of the first half of this live stream. The VIRIDIUM Men's Half Contendership Edition of TRIUM the 3 Leagues. In this men's main event, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 4-way multi-count anywhere elimination match. It is for the number one contendership of the TRIUM Men's Universal Championship against yours truly, Miles Staley Ward. We have Brian LG, Sean Shamrock, Sinistrad, and the Radar Superstar Edge. Which these 4 men will walk out as winner and as number one contender for the TRIUM Men's Universal Championship? We'll find that out coming up next to MSWCW, Miles Staley Ward's Championship Wrestling, live on YouTube. Here is your winner and the #1 contender for the TRIUM Men's Universal Championship, the Radar Superstar Edge. Jesus, what did that? All right, so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that that's been the men's main event of this live stream. Congratulations to Edge. He's going to be facing yours truly at SuperShow in part 2. So now we're going to go ahead to, give me a second. Come on. It's on the freaking mouse. Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, I thought that's what it was. Okay. Okay, now back what I was doing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, back what I was doing. We're gonna go ahead and head on to second. The Wheel of Names. So we're gonna start off with Christian Cage, who has won back at. We're going to start off with Christian Cage, and the reason why we started off with Christian Cage previously in the previous live streams, Blaze McCoy has made his decision on which championship he's going to go after, and that's the VIRIDIUM Men's World Championship against Sabria Reed, and his son Junior McCoy will go after TRIUM's Global Champion, and that is his son Junior McCoy. Junior McCoy is going to go after Miles Davis Ward for the TRIUM Men's Global Championship. Not only just Junior McCoy, but also TJ Evans. Yes, sir. Actually, Sean McGregor. Yes, Sean McGregor. And that match at TRIUM at Summer SuperShow, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be TJ Evans, Sean McGregor. No. Not TJ Evans, I keep getting myself mixed up. It's going to be Sean McGregor, Junior McCoy, and Miles Davis Ward in a 3-way match at Summer SuperShow, ladies and gentlemen. And for Blaze McCoy, like I said before, it's going to be Brian Asriel, Blaze McCoy, and Sabria Reed also in a 3-way match. So now let's find out for Christian Cage, who won the second quarter of 2021 Men's Majestic Rumble match in the Open Division. Find out which championship he's going to go after in the Men's Open Division of either of the 4 brands. Let's find that out right now, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. So let me do some little customization real quickly. Sorry about that. 15 seconds. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. In 3, 2, 1. Yep, in 3, 2, 1. Oh, man. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Christian Cage will be... It's going to be another three-way match in the men's free preview of MSWCW Summer Super Show. And it's going to be... It's going to be... Give me a second. Yeah, let me pull up the... At Summer Super Show, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be... Come on, load already. Oh, it's already loaded. I'm sorry. It's going to be Randy A. Machete, Christian Cage, and Killer Neptune in a three-way match. Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. As I repeat, Randy A. Machete, Christian Cage versus Killer Neptune in a three-way match for the men's Cerulean Men's Open Championship. And now that we know where he's going to be going to, which championship he's going to go after, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the men's first half of this live stream of the VIRIDIUM Men's Contendership Edition of 303 Leagues. I'll see you guys coming up next after the 15-minute break for the VIRIDIUM Women's Half Contendership Edition of 303 Leagues. So I'll see you guys in that next half as we are continually live here in the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, for the continuation of this men's and women's jam-packed episode of the Crossbred Show, 303 Leagues. See y'all then, guys. Whew. Welcome back, my fellow Mouse and comrades. I'm your host, Mouse Daily Ward of MSWCW, Mouse Daily Ward's Championship Wrestling, and we are continually live here in Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, for this men's and women's jam-packed episode of the cross-brand show, Trio of the Three Leagues. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off in this second half of this live stream, the VIRIDIUM Women's Half Contendership Edition of Trio of the Three Leagues before MSWCW Summer SuperShow. We have in this first matchup a six-woman multi-count anywhere elimination match. It is for the number one contendership of the TRIUM Women's Internet Championship against Helen Walters of the Malaysian regime. We have two women of the World Division, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, two women of the Global Division, Bianca Belair and Candice LeRae, and two women of the Open Division, Mickie James and Stephanie McMahon. Which these six women of the three brands will walk out as winner and as number one contender for the TRIUM Women's Internet Championship. We will find it out coming up next to MSWCW Mouse Daily Awards Championship Wrestling live on YouTube. This is the VIRIDIUM Women's Half Contendership Edition of Trio of the Three Leagues, as we are live continually in the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, for this Women's Half action-packed episode of the Cross-Brand Show. And after the women's main event, ladies and gentlemen, of this live stream, it's going to be the choice for the female superstars who won back in MSWCW Conquest, Richmond, Virginia, in the women's Majestic Rumble matches, which is Eliza of the World Division, Lady Tiger Mask of the Global Division, and Alundra Blaze of the Open Division. We will find out which of those three women who will be facing at the end of the night. So enjoy this live stream continually, guys. Here is the winner and the number one contender for the TRIUM Women's Internet Championship, Mickie James. Moving on now to the second matchup. We have a tornado tag. Excuse me. Moving onward now to this tornado tag team multi-count anywhere elimination match. We have is for the TRIUM Women's Open Tag Team Championships. Meant to say that also. We have, as I was saying, Shelly Payne and Terry Rage versus the VIRIDIUM Women's Open Tag Team Champions, Fires of Desires, who are looking to become double champs, obviously. So which of these two teams are two women who will walk out as winners and as number one contenders for the TRIUM Women's Open Tag Team Championships against the Malaysian regimes, Sophia and Alexia Garcia? We will find that out coming up next to MSWCW Mouse Daily Awards Championship Wrestling live on YouTube. And here are your winners and the number one contenders for the TRIUM Women's Open Tag Team Championships, who are looking to become double tag team champions. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, fighters of desires. My God. And moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, to this third matchup, we have a four-way multi-count anywhere elimination match. It is for the number one contendership of the TRIUM Women's Open Championship against Maria Edwards. We have Ashley Jericho, Cynthia Black, Denise Hurricane, and Vanessa Rocks. Which these three women will walk out as winner and as number one contender for the TRIUM Women's Open Championship. We'll find that out coming up next to MSWCW Mouse Daily Awards Championship Wrestling live on YouTube. Here is the winner and the #1 contender for the TRIUM Women's Open Championship, Vanessa Rocks. Moving on to the fourth matchup, we have a tornado tag team multi-count anywhere elimination match. It is for the #1 contenderships of the TRIUM Women's Global Tag Team Championships against Ceruleum's Hernandez twins. We have Carrie and Christy Krom, the Krom sisters, versus the Malaysia regimes Natsuko and Satsuko Matsumoto, who are looking to reclaim their rightful thrones, the TRIUM Women's Global Tag Team Championships. Which these two teams, the two women, will walk out as winners and as #1 contenders for the TRIUM Women's Global Tag Team Championships. And even if Natsuko and Satsuko Matsumoto loses, ladies and gentlemen, they will still get their chance to regain their tag team championships. So which these two teams, the two women, will walk out as winners and as #1 contenders for the TRIUM Women's Global Tag Team Championships? We'll find that out coming up next on MSWCW, Mouse Daily Awards Championship Wrestling, live on YouTube. Here are your winners and the number one contenders for the TRIUM Women's Global Tag Team Championships, Natsuko and Satsuko Matsumoto of the Malaysia regime. Give me a second here. These two Japanese women of the Malaysia regime are looking to regain those women's tag team championships of the global division of TRIUM. Moving onward now to this fifth matchup, we have a four-way multi-count anywhere elimination match. It is for the number one contendership of the TRIUM Women's Global Championship against Miley Stamber Ward of the Malaysia regime. We have Bailey Rhodes, Cruella, Lisa Logan, and Paige Lovecraft. Which of these four women will walk out as winner and as number one contender for the TRIUM Women's Global Championship? We will find that out coming up next on MSWCW, Miles Stanley Ward's Championship Wrestling, live on YouTube. Here is the winner and the #1 contender for the TRIUM Women's Global Championship, Bailey Rhodes. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving onward to this women's co-main event of this live stream. In this women's co-main event, we have a 20 tag team multi-count anywhere elimination match, and it's for the #1 contenderships of the TRIUM Women's Universal Tag Team Championships against VIRIDIUM's the Cardinale sisters. In this match, we have the Divas of Doom versus the Malaysian Regimes, Elizabeth and Elisheba Constantine. Which these two teams, the two women, will walk out as winners and as #1 contenders for the TRIUM Women's Universal Tag Team Championships. And even if the Malaysian Regime lose, ladies and gentlemen, they will still get that championship opportunity as always. So we will find that out coming up next on MSWCW Mouse Daily Awards Championship Wrestling live on YouTube. Here are your winners and the number one contenders for the TRIUM Women's Universal Tag Team Championships. Natalia and Beth Phoenix, Divas of Doom. The Divas of Doom, that is, yep. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, like even if they did lose, they will still get those tag team championship matchups. So yeah. So at Summer Super Show, it's gonna be the Divas of Doom, the Malaysian Regimes, Elizabeth and Liz Shiva Constantine, and Ceruleum's the Cardinal sisters for the TRIUM Women's Universal Tag Team Championships in a 6-woman 3-way tag team match. Yes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the moment we all been waiting for. The women's main event of the second half of this live stream. In this women's main event, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 4-way multi-count anywhere elimination match. It is for the number one contendership of the TRIUM Women's Universal Championship against Miley Stancy Ward. We have the Goddess of Pain, Ledesma, Sharon Storm, and Wrestling Mama. Which of these 4 women will walk out as winner and as number one contender for the TRIUM Women's Universal Championship? We will find that out coming up next on MSWCW Miles Daily Ward's Championship Wrestling live on YouTube. And like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, after this women's main event, it's the choices. It is the choices. We're gonna find out which of these 3 winners of the women's Majestic Rumble matches will be facing at Summer Super Show tomorrow in part 1 of MSWCW Summer Super Show. Yes, yeah, in part 1, the women's free preview. We're gonna find that out. Here is your winner and the #1 contender for the TRIUM Women's Universal Championship, Ledesma. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So, after the women's main event, you all know what that means. It's time for the roulette of choice, the wheel of names of the choices for these three women. The women's world divisions, Eliza of VIRIDIUM, the women's open division, the women's global divisions, Lady Tiger Mask of Ceruleum, and the women's open division, Alundra Blaze of all four shows, VIRIDIUM, Ceruleum, and TRIUM as well. So let's go on ahead and head on over to the wheel of names, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. We're going to start off with Alundra Blaze of the women's open division. So here we go. This is for Alundra Blaze, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see which open championship of which women's open championship of either of these four brands she's going to be going after at Summer SuperShow. Let's find out right now. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Oh man! Oh man! Woo! So, ladies and gentlemen, it's official. It's going to be at the women's Summer SuperShow of MSWCW. It's going to be. Give me a second. It's going to be Vanessa Rocks versus Alundra Blaze versus Maria Edwards in a three-way match. And now let's go on for Lady Tiger Mask of the women's global division. Let's see which championship of the women's global division of these four brands she's going to be going after. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Woo! Lady Tiger Mask is going for her own brand. And her own brand, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be, she's going for the Ceruleum Women's Global Championship. So it's going to be Ruby Riott versus Lady Tiger Mask versus Angela Storm for the Ceruleum Women's Global Championship. And now we're down to the last one, ladies and gentlemen. This is for Eliza of VIRIDIUM. Let's see which women's world championship of either of these four brands, or even the TRIUM Women's Universal Championship, she's going to be going after. And Ceruleum and Women's Summer SuperShow of MSWCW, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Oh man! Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. There you have it. At Summer Super Show, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be in the women's second main event. It's going to be Rachel Adams of the Undisputed Era versus Eliza versus Mad Dog Molly Shamrock for the VIRIDIUM Women's World Championship. And now that we got all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, yep. Okay, now that that's all been said, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes this second half of this live stream, the VIRIDIUM Women's Contendership Edition. Well, let me rephrase myself. This concludes three things, ladies and gentlemen. This concludes the second half of this live stream of the VIRIDIUM Women's Contendership Edition of TRIUM the 3 Leagues. Second, this concludes this men's and women's VIRIDIUM Men's and Women's Contendership Edition of TRIUM the 3 Leagues. And third, and above all else, this is the last stop. This is the final episode of the second quarter of the 2021's men's and women's TRIUM the 3 Leagues, and so does to Reptilium, VIRIDIUM, and Ceruleum in the second quarter of 2021, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last stop before MSWCW Summer Super Show, and after Summer Super Show, ladies and gentlemen, it's the draft for Reptilium, VIRIDIUM, and Ceruleum. And so tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we'll shoot. Yeah. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be part 1 of MSWCW's live stream, the women's free preview of Summer Super Show, ladies and gentlemen. So look into that tomorrow. But before we get to that, we're gonna be going through the MSWCW talk show before MSWCW Summer Super Show that will be happening tomorrow night. So I'll see you guys in that next video, and as always, until next time, my fellow Mousy comrades, peace out from Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. This has been TRIUM the 3 Leagues, and at the draft, ladies and gentlemen, we may. It's just like as it is before, back in the first quarter, at the end of the first quarter of this year. Some will leave, some will stay, and some will stay, someone will leave, some will be moved, and someone new will be entering in any of these 3 brands of MSWCW. We will look into that in MSWCW draft next week. So once again, see y'all there, guys, and have a good night.